Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Kranzer, and I wanted to bring a quick video of a finalized build that I have come up with for Guldan. Now, I have been playing Guldan a lot since I made my video, yesterday? The day before? Something like that. And I've come across a build that I think will be very useful, and you could start practicing with right away, and get the timings down for your abilities, and it could definitely make a strong showing. So I'm going to run through it real quick. This is my, I would say, best build to play into. I've tried it against people, not just, obviously, not just against AI like Arthas here. And I've been doing exceptional numbers on both siege and hero damage. So starting at level 1, we're going to pick up Echo Corruption. Now what that does, normally your corruption has the three circles that it goes out. So you can see 1, 2, 3. Now what that ability does, once the quest is done, is it brings corruption to go to the 1, 2, 3, and then it reverses and goes 3, 2, 1. So it technically does 6 hits instead of the normal 3. Now what that is going to do is synergize with our later talent picks to do massive damage. Massive, absolute massive damage if you get good with the timing, or if you have some really good CC on your team, like an ETC stun or stuns in general, really strong slows, anything that's going to help you hit multiple people multiple times with that, it will make a massive difference. How many we got? We got 20. Okay, so moving on to level 4 while I'm stacking this. Maybe I can stack it on this thing. Yeah, I can. I have been using Improved Life Tap for this build because it synergizes the best with our usage of our abilities. Both of the other talents are good for increasing your lane sustain, I will say that. But as it stands with this build, I'm going with Improved Life Tap. It makes your life tap instead return 35% mana rather than 25. So normally, like you can see my mana here, I'd have to do like 4 life taps from empty. Now that does a significant bit more mana return, and that just means you have to drain life less often, which means you have to stun yourself less often, because that's what Drain Life is. It's a channel, and it's a stun, and the range on Drain Life is not that big. So it's the best talent, in my opinion, to reduce the amount of healing that you have to do and reduce the strain on your healer simultaneously. Now, level 7, Bound by Shadow is the talent I'll be going with, hands down. Every time you hit an enemy with Fell Flame, which is your Q, this little flame thing I'm shooting out there, it reduces the cooldown of your corruption, which is what our main damage source is going to be in this build. So it stands to reason that the more you can cast corruption, the better you're going to do with a build that focuses on corruption. Pretty easy to understand. So if you wanted to go with something else, I wouldn't suggest going with anything else. This one's okay. Increases the damage on your W. So if you are going to sit there and channel on somebody, at least you'll do a little bit more damage. It increases the damage by 50%, so an extra, 145 damage on top of that 290. So it does more damage, but that's not ideal whatsoever. Bound by Shadow, for sure. And it's not like a cap either, by the way. It's only going to give me 1 second cooldown reduction, like you can see at 13, 12, 11, it instantly cooldown by 1 second. If you hit 3 heroes with it, it's going to be 3 seconds off. You hit 5 heroes, it's 5 seconds off. So the cooldown on Fell Flame is so short that you can actually keep your cooldown on your corruption also short if you're really good at hitting your Fell Flames. You know, coming in, hitting, backing out, coming in, hitting, you know, moving around. Don't just stand there and go, like a sitting duck. Don't do that. You'll get wrecked real hard. I don't want this to go past 20. Maybe it might. Yeah, I guess it's not that big deal. The ultimate that I will be going with practically every game, unless I feel like Frisky for some reason, is Horrify. The radius of your alt for random destruction is massive. It's like the whole screen here. If I was to cast it from here, it would hit all this stuff. But the damage is random. So like you could have one shot over here, one shot over here, a shot over here, over here, over here. You don't get to control it. You don't get to control where the damage lands. So it's kind of just luck of the draw. Whereas this ability, Horrify, you cast it, and the center of the ability is where the mouse pointer is, the reticule there. So if I cast this ability behind the person, it's going to make, if I cast it here, it's going to make him run this way. Well, he ran, of course. Of course he did that. Okay, so let's wait for a second. I cast it behind him, he runs that way. I cast it over here, I miss, like a noob, and he runs that way. So you can control which direction people run based off of where the center of the ability is. So you can cast it up above him, cast it below him. Of course I missed it just a little bit. Cast it below him, and he goes up. Giving you some control. So like if you have somebody dive you, like say he's a Zeratul, you cast it between you, it's going to get that Zeratul off your ass. Now you don't want to be dumb and be like, oh shit, I just cast, oh I'm fucking dead now. So you gotta be kind of smart with the reticule. And of course you can see it doesn't do any damage or effect to minions whatsoever. So you don't have to worry about minions scattering all over the place and messing up your Li Ming skill shots. So that's good, I guess. Moving on to 13. 2 talents. I go with Hellstone normally. Fell Armor, though, also could be really strong if you're playing against a Chromie, Li Ming, hell, even like a, what do you call them, Mage tool, a Mage-built Zeratul. What that does is every time you hit somebody with your Q, which is, like I said, really small cooldown, even though I got the cooldown reduction on, it's still only a second and a half of cooldown. So it's pretty fast anyway. But anytime you hit somebody with it, it gives you ability damage reduction, 30% ability damage reduction for 2.5 seconds. So as long as you can hit somebody every 2 shots, you're going to have almost permanently up reduction on damage, because this 2 shots would be 3 seconds. If you hit your first one, miss your second one, hit your third one, you'll have a 0.5 second gap in which you don't have the ability reduction. So if you're sitting there like meleeing or fighting somebody like a Zeratul or somebody in melee range, and you know you can't escape, because this guy has no escape virtually, you can keep that damage reduction going to reduce the damage of all those abilities they're going to be hitting you with, hopefully eking out enough survivability to make it worthwhile. My personal use, Hellstone. I ticked over to level 21. I don't know what my HP was. It's not that important, but it's like 900 HP. It's 30% of your max HP. So you get like 900 or more HP from a Hellstone, and it's got a minute cooldown. And all you gotta do is just press 1. Of course, I can't do it right now because I haven't taken any damage. But it's got no cast time, so you can just be running away and just hit it. You just saw 930 at 21. So it's going to be a little bit less than 900 at 20. But it scales with your maximum HP. And it could kind of work with, not this one. This, where the hell is it? Well, I guess it can't because they're on the same tier, so ignore that, never mind. So Hellstone at 13 is my normal. At 16, this is our power spike. This is where our damage comes into its own. And we want to go with Ruinous Affliction. Normally, Affliction only does dot damage when it hits. Now, it also has strike damage. So anytime it hits an enemy, see those 178s? That's the strike damage now going off. See, I just hit him with 2 of them. I think it was 2. But it's going to roll back. It hit him 2 times for 178. And then 1 time for 513. And this is where all the talents working in conjunction come together. So your level 1 talent makes it travel 6 times rather than 3, making it much easier to hit multiple shots. So you go, bam, 1, 2, 3, and I hit him with all 3. So he just took almost, almost 1,000 bonus damage on top of the 9 seconds of damage he's going to take from the ability normally. And I reduced the cooldown several times of corruption with my Fel Flames when I was chasing and dueling, I guess. So what we're going to be doing is getting corruptions out as much as possible. Now, not only is this strong for enemy heroes and waves of minions, like it clear a wave of minions almost instantly with that one ability. Not only is it strong for that, it's also strong for structures. So let me refresh forts. So we're going to hit this with 3 stack. Bam, 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 bam. Look at that. That was one cast of the ability. Almost destroyed that tower. So the siege capacity of this ability, or this combo of abilities, is massive. So come down here. Throw this bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Look at all that damage. That tower's dead. That gate's dead. And that thing only got hit by 2. And it got like 25% of its HP removed. So that's the power spike. Now it does take some practice to aim that properly. But like I was saying before, if you have like an ETC or solid stuns on your team or whatever, and you can rely on those stuns, or you know, a Zagara with Maul. Not that many Zagaras are going to be using Maul on the patch. I think most of them are going to be all over the Nidus network, honestly.
That was rather entertaining.
But if you got some kind of crowd control that's going to keep people in there, the amount of burst damage that's going to do while it's traveling, because I mean it's traveling, right? It's going to be like, and one shot, and you can almost get 2 full casts of Fel Flame, which is hitting for like 400 damage at level 20, plus the 1,000 some damage that you're going to be getting off on top of the corruption plus the damage over time. So overall, it's going to be a massive amount of damage. And that brings us to level 20. 2 talents that I would go with. I would never go with this one. Like if you pick this at level 10, I wouldn't pick up Deep Impact, honestly. I wouldn't even pick this up at all anyway. At level 10, I would just go with Haunt or with Horrify. You can pick Demonic Circle, and that will let you put a circle anywhere on the map. So if you pick that up, it's going to give you a number 1, 2, or whatever ability it's going to be. And you put the circle down. So like let's say I picked it up and I had a 2 there, the little Demonic Circle. I press 2, it casts the ability. And then I also have a 3, but it's going to be now highlighted, or lit up anyway. And I can travel anywhere on the map. It's a global ability. And all I got to do is press 2, just like when I press 1. It's instant, and it whips me back to wherever my circle is. So I would go from one side of the map to the other side over here. While strong, and definitely useful in the situations where you don't have, like you're playing against a Zeratul, like I was saying before, or a really divey comp, and you don't have faith, I guess, in your front line to protect you. Demonic Circle can help you get out of that trouble. All other situations, you want to go with Haunt. That increases the duration of your fear by 1 second, so now it's 4-second fear. And it also applies vulnerability to the target. So if I can get this combo off properly, I'll show you here on Arthas just how much damage that could be. I messed it up a little bit. Yeah, I messed it up. I messed it up. My bad. Let's try it again. I feared him the wrong way. So it takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of aiming to get this right. So you want to land it like right here, then fear him into it. There you go. See that damage? You want to fear the target into the path of your corruption. So you kind of want to put corruption at the beginning. Like you want to put the corruption like kind of like right here at the very first, in front of the target. So you got to be kind of close, not too close, but kind of close. And then you want to drop the fear to push them directly into the path. And then while you're also at the same time being like, ha-ya, ha-dukin, ha-dukin, you know, shooting your whatchamacallit out, your Fel Flame. So let's see Arthas with full HP. Full HP Arthas here. That is a massive amount of damage. That is a massive... That's on a tank. So you hit an assassin with that, which I have done. I have done a couple times in quick matches. And you hit an assassin with that kind of damage, they're freaking dead. They're dead.
Rather entertaining.
Because if you land that first, if you land the first corruption, like near the end of the corruption, and then fear directly after, they will run directly through all three of those, like in perfect harmony. So like, bam, and bam. See that? Look at that damage. So you could easily delete an assassin, or severely hamper a tank in like one-on-one combat, if you wanted to, you know, just eliminate that one guy. Now, of course, generally your corruption will be good for just sieging overall. Like, check this out. Bam, 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 and that keep is practically dead now. Just like that. So anyway, that's my build. That's the overall build that I've come up with that I'll be using. There is a kind of variant that you could use with Q. Don't use this talent though. Still use something else, anything else. This talent is trash. Don't do that talent. It's not worth it. To hit 40 people with it and then get like a very minuscule amount of increase is not worth it. I guess we could kind of see like what the damage actually is if I can get this on him, right? Bam, 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 bam. Of course, I fucking missed. I missed. All right, so let's try this again. So we want to get him like this, and bam, bam, bam. Oh, I didn't do it fast enough. So you see, he's shooting him for some reason. Whatever. Not sure why that's happening. So let's try it again. Bam, 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 bam. 4,000 damage right there, just like that. And the dot's not even done ticking, right? 4,000 damage is what I was able to pull off on the target dummy. You could probably get more out of it if you aim it better. But that will kill somebody with a quickness. Sorry, I even messed it up a little bit there. Still, that's a massive amount of damage that you can drop on somebody real fast. Anyway, that's my video for my build. If you like the video, like the build, you go out there and you try it and you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my builds and information that I post on Heroes of the Storm, I'm going to start doing Overwatch, maybe. I don't know. Overwatch is so played out in the market right now, so I don't really know if there's even room for me to do it. But I'll be doing more Heroes content, possibly adding in some extra games, like I play Fallout and some other stuff too. We'll see. We'll see. Right now, Heroes is pretty much all I'm focusing on. But if you like it, give me a thumbs up on the video, subscribe for more content, and I will catch you next time.